Hi, my name is Nicole Owens, and I'm going to be talking to you about the Allied Medical Waste Transportation and their new veterinary division. We're going to start by talking about a couple of problems that we could foresee with this new division. They have a potentially small customer base that could cause their new division to not be profitable. This new customer base could come from a lack of legal requirements to use or document proper disposal. This could cause the company to have a smaller customer base than what they're originally anticipating. Uncertain market penetration levels due to lack of legal requirements that could result in unrealistic projections. So basically, that means there's not a law that is making veterinary clinics show how they are disposing of their animal waste. This could cause them to decide to save the money and opt out on using this new, potentially more expensive waste management program. So, the Allied Medical Waste Transportation were founded in 1988. They currently handle human medical waste. They're contracted with over 400 Oklahoma contracts and 23 hospitals in North Texas. They are industry leaders and they're ready to expand into the animal waste industry via the veterinary division. So really they are just pretty much the top. They are getting the top of the market for their current human medical waste. This does not guarantee that their veterinary division would be successful. They are one of the largest biomedical waste management services in Oklahoma. The veterinary division needs to start by persuading using the convenience of their service as well as the ethical and environmental responsibility of these veterinary clinics. Their kind of mission is to start small, learn the business, and then expand. So they're not hoping to come in and just take over 100% market penetration and just be the top dog. They're hoping to come in, start with a few, and then learn what they're doing and build on top of that. So some of their strengths: they have vast experience in waste disposal management. They already have a lot of the things in place. They have a lot of trucks that are running routes. All they would have to do is add these veterinary clinics onto those routes. There's going to be very limited competition starting out in this new market. There's no other companies that we are aware of that are currently doing this. They also have top of the line equipment that includes a high efficiency incinerator capable of disposing 100 tons of waste per day. Some of their weaknesses is their lack of experience in the animal waste segment of the industry and low demand for this segment of waste disposal due to the lack of legal requirements. Some opportunities is to offer fair pricing due to low cost for expansion into new markets based on their current resources. Like I've touched on, they already are having trucks that are running routes to pick up waste. They'll have to have some additional training, but they can already pick up this waste with what they already have. They are having expected profits of 34% by year one, with 10% being their target figure. This is a very high expected profit, so they have quite a bit of leeway here if they don't do as well as they are anticipating. Another opportunity is emerging an industry veterinary division as waste management experts and educating clinics about the convenience and benefits of animal waste disposal services. And they can assist in the awareness of the legislation requirements in order to get the law passed. And then some threats that they're having: dismissal of the pending law that would have required veterinary clinics to utilize and adhere to animal waste management. Potentially small customer base due to low demand currently because there is no law in place. And uncertain market penetration figures resulting from unknown demand for animal waste disposal services. They have 29 years of waste disposal management experience. This is going to be crucial in when they do start seeing some of those competitors come into the market. They are well known as a reputable and major waste management service company, holding most of the market in the state of Oklahoma. They use incinerators instead of autoclaving process like their competitors. So this is something that's going to be, if you're very environmentally conscious, that's what you're going to want to go with over what the competitors are offering. They have very limited competition in the animal waste disposal industry in Oklahoma and surrounding states because, as I've stated, there's no law requiring them to properly dispose. So they're going to need $100,000 in working capital to start. One thing that their pro forma did not include was how they're going to get that $100,000. The parent company is going to loan them that money if they're going to have to borrow it from somewhere, but there's no repayment plan for that $100,000. So that could potentially cause their earnings to be less if they are needing to add that in. They're estimating 30, 40, and 50% in their first 3 years respectively of market penetration, and they're needing at least to make a 10% profit before the parent company is going to be willing to start this division. Their pro forma reflects positive cash flow trends. They're more than meeting that 10% every year, and then that number just keeps climbing. So a couple of alternative solutions for their problems is they can assist in passing the laws regulating animal waste disposal. They can do this by contacting their legislatures, really pushing and raising awareness for how important these laws are, volunteering at animal waste disposal and environmental events and causes, and just becoming an expert in the subject and using their reputation to spread awareness. Like we've stated, they already have a very well-known reputation, so these clinics are going to be more likely to listen to them than just any average person off the street. Next, they can educate their potential customers about the importance of animal waste disposal services using a variety of methods. They can have one-on-one sessions with the clinics about the subject. They can do a presentation at veterinary events about proper waste disposal. They can do walkthroughs of each clinic to show the value that they're going to bring to their clinics. And then marketing channels like direct mail, social media, blogging, etc. Just really working to get the word out there that this is something that they're going to offer. Here's why you should do it. Also, they will implement the start small, learn the business, and then expand approach in order to accomplish the following. This will allow them to meet the expectations that they've set for themselves by year 3, to utilize direct mail and cold calls to gain contracts slowly. So we're going to start with a few contracts. Once we see how that starts working, then we can build on that. They can learn the industry and become experts over time. Again, with just training, kind of finding out what works, what doesn't work. Evaluating all of the sales, operations, expenses, and overall success of the veterinary division after 6 months to ensure financial trajectory is accurate. That's something that would be really important for them to do. They are starting with a 30% market penetration, which could be a little high. So halfway into that first year, that would allow them to take a step back and see if they're meeting the goals they've set for themselves. So just implementing is developing the curriculum that they could pass out to veterinary clinics, establishing themselves as experts on the subject, marketing with the different distribution channels that I've mentioned, and then just volunteer efforts for the legislation of animal waste regulation. The big thing for them is going to be getting this bill passed. So that is all that I have for you. Thanks.